How's it going, fifth grade? Hopefully these readings I've been doing have been useful to y'all. So, with that being said, we're just going to go ahead and get started. We're going to be in our Flappy book on page 132, Mysterious Oceans. Deep diving. It has no mouth, eyes, or stomach. Its soft body is encased in a white cylinder and topped with a red plume. It can grow to be 8 feet tall. It is a sea creature known as a giant tube worm, and it lives without any sunlight on the deep, dark ocean floor. What we sometimes call the deep ocean, in contrast to shallow waters, covers almost two-thirds of Earth's surface. On average, oceans are about 2 miles deep. However, the deepest point known on Earth, Challenger Deep, descends nearly 7 miles. By the way, that's so far down that it's pretty much impossible to like actually go there, even in a submarine, because you would have so much water pushing down on you that it would just crush your submarine. The ocean's floor is varied, consisting of vast plains, steep canyons, and towering mountains. It includes active, dormant, and extinct volcanoes. This undersea world is a harsh environment because of its frigid temperatures and lack of sunshine. The deep ocean is also a mysterious environment that remains largely unexplored. Little is known about it or its creatures. Do any of them cache food the way land animals do? Do any ocean species hibernate? As one example among countless mysteries, not a single live giant squid had ever been spotted until a few years ago. We knew they existed only because their corpses had been found. Amazing adaptations. When a submersible or submarine was invented that could descend farther than any other craft, scientists were then able to make the odyssey to the deep ocean floor. However, exploration remains difficult, and they have since seen merely 5% of the underwater world. As scientists anticipated, life generally seems sparse at the bottom of the deep ocean. That means not very much. Few creatures can survive there. Food sources that sea creatures depend on, such as dead plants and animals, rarely drift down from the ocean's surface. As a result, animals have to adapt to an environment that is not only frigid and dark, but also has little food. One example of an adaptation to this environment is seen in the starfish. Deep sea starfish grow larger and more aggressive than their shallow water relatives. They can't afford to wait for an occasional snail to pass by. Instead, deep sea starfish are predators that actively forage for food. They reach up their 5 arms, which have pinchers at the ends, to catch meals of agile, fast-moving shrimp. Anglerfish also have adapted to the Herculean task of finding scarce food. If you don't know what an anglerfish is, by the way, it's the thing that has that like little light bulb kind of wire looking thing coming off of its head and it has nasty sharp teeth. That's an anglerfish. Each has a bioluminescent or naturally glowing lure on the top of its head. This shining pole is sensitive to vibrations and allows them to attract other fish. With their huge jaws, they quickly seize their prey. Heated habitats. What has truly surprised scientists, however, is the discovery of another very different type of environment on the deep ocean floor. They found that cracks or vents in Earth's surface exist underwater, just as they do on dry land. Seawater rushes into these vents where it mingles with chemicals. The water is also heated by magma, or hot melted rock. When the water from the vent bursts back into the ocean, it creates geysers and hot springs. To scientists' amazement, the habitats around these vents teem with life. That means there's lots and lots of stuff living there. In addition to tube worms, there are huge clams, eyeless shrimp, crabs, and mussels, along with many kinds of bacteria. One odd creature is the Pompeii worm. It has a fleece of bacteria on its back that, as far as scientists can determine, insulates it from heat. So it wears germs as a coat. How can so much life exist where there is so little food or sunlight? Scientists have discovered that many creatures transform the chemicals from the vents into food. The process is called chemosynthesis. Because of this process, animals are able to flourish in these remarkable habitats. Creatures that don't use chemosynthesis for food, such as crabs, eat the ones that do. There are many mysteries to be found and solved at the bottom of the deep sea. In the last few decades alone, scientists have discovered more than 1,500 ocean species. If scientists continue sea exploration, they're bound to discover many more. There you go. Good luck on the question.